Shalom, Shalom. I want to start off by giving no praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and honors to you brothers doing the work of the Most High in truth and in sincerity. Yahweh, that's the raw name of whom the world ignorantly calls God, Jehovah or Yahweh. His raw name is Yahweh, and the Son's true name is Yahweh Shai. And when we pray Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba meaning in, Ha meaning that, and Sham meaning name. So Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. This is a quick one. See where the spirit leads with this, and it's on this Joe Rogan character, right? And it's something I've just been meditating on, reason with a brother on this as well, and from my perspective or whatever. This is just some your typical controlled opposition tactic, man, right? And it's something that's been on my mind for a little bit, because obviously, he got paid what, 10 million by Spotify. It was 100 million or something crazy, man, but several million. I think it was 100 million. In fact, let me just double check. Right, yeah, this geezer signed a $100 million a deal. Now, to put that in, what do you call it? To put that into context, when you're an artist, you're being paid something like 0.001p per stream, something stupid. It's actually pretty stupid how little artists get paid from streaming on things like Spotify. So for him to get 100 million a deal, don't know what length that is, but just the number in itself, that something is fishy. So then for him to get people that are actively against the current narrative that this devil is pushing, right, once again, right, you got to be asking question, okay, cool, what's going on here now? Not to say what these people that he's bringing on his channel are saying is false or whatever, what have you, right? But it's understanding that this man right, he's in control of everything, man, right? If you are a threat to his what do you call it, if you're a threat to his his agenda or whatever, what have you, he will just do what he always does. He'll just take you out, okay? And that's what he's going to try to do to the to the prophets. But guess what? The Lord is going to have a hedge around us, man. The Lord is going to intervene, right? But that's not to say some of us ain't gonna have to lay down our lives. You can read that in the book of Revelations. Be thou faithful unto death, right? It all speaks about those that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai. Right, so and once again, it's this particular graphic is going into some of the imagery that's on his on his channel, whatever, what have you, right? This is the one that I see all the time, with that eye all on his forehead and things like that, showing you all the symbolism, right? The one eye, okay. So once again, the point is, you can never trust anything that this man E pushes, right? Because at the end of the day, this is E's platform. Spotify is E's platform. Okay. Let's see if there are any good comments or whatever. Yeah, even so many doctors who speak out are controlled, otherwise they wouldn't let them speak. Just another enabler. So that comment there from Luke Davies, right? It basically reminds me of that film, but not that documentary. Was it G. Edward Griffin, Capitalist Conspiracist, right? Where it goes into this idea of how you have the elite, then you have everyone underneath. So you could basically the structure where basically the unis are bought and paid for, the media is bought and paid for, and different scientific bodies are bought and paid for and owned, and basically push ideologies that they want to control, right? And if I while it's on my mind, one thing that I also saw right after this whole thing with Neil Young, whatever, what have you, people be like, oh no, you should be censoring him and blah blah blah, all of that rubbish, right? Which basically is like, okay, cool, so this is why this man's been allowed to get a platform. You give him a platform, right? Then he says some stuff, right? And then people are like, oh yeah, no, we need to control what people say, big tech, which the Surgeon General came out and said something. The Surgeon General in America came out and said something, in regards to basically big tech, if I'm remembering correctly, right? Big tech has to do more to fight misinformation, which misinformation is anything that the government doesn't agree with, right? This is Amos 8:11. So behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh, right? And this is ultimately what all of this leads to, right? Because you think about some of the things that we push, right, that we say, right, this man can, he's going to be coming out more and more saying it's misinformation. Hey, don't even talk about the Jews, right? We say, yo, this man's a devil, right? Don't trust his X, Y, Z. And then guess what? Your video might get clipped, right? You talk about the MOTB, guess what? Your video will get clipped, right? And the thing is, you won't even say anything about the current pestilence, but this man will clip your video because you said the word that begins with C and ends in hip, you know? So just showing you exactly where this man is going with it, and ultimately he's gonna have this truth off the net in general, okay? Because this is it. This man works in gradualism. So I want to grab this as Psalm 64 says, "Hear my voice, O God, in my prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemy." Right? See what enemy, all nations, primarily the Edoms, and that's it. Because you read up Psalms the 83rd chapter, right? All these heathen nations are our enemies, man. Right? This is verse 2. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity." Right? So the secret council, that's going into Illuminati, that's going into, all these different secret societies that he has out here, right? His secret plans and his secret agendas, right? Insurrection of the workers of iniquity, right? It says, "Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words." Yeah, Esau's propaganda, man. This man basically, and this is it, right? Although truth is coming out of this, which I think someone made a comment, right? Says, "I totally agree, right? But at least he's given some more valid info to those who'd only be watching Fox, MSNBC, CNN, etc. I guess you have to start somewhere." And then Zuzus Petals, right? It says, "They all give truths hidden with lies. It's how they work. They know it's the most effective way." Okay? And that's it. All right, that is exactly what this devil does. He'll give you elements of truth and then he'll skew it. Right? You think about your David Ikes. He'll give elements of truth and then he'll start speaking about lizard people, right? Which that serves two purposes. On one hand, it basically means that he's able, because it is true. What Alex Jones, which he's one of them owned people as well. Right, he's a shill. Not saying he doesn't bring out information, but he's still a controlled opposition, right? But Alex Jones' channel is called what? Info Wars, right? Information War, right? And that's what you do. You basically give out the information, and he wants to control that, right? So once again, you look at someone like David Icke. On one hand, right, he'll get people to wake up, but then he'll make them go down the bad gate, right, of like lizard people, which the scriptures talk against. That says there's everything has one flesh, right, as in like flesh of beast, flesh of in fact, let me find that because I'm butchering it. Trying to remember where it is. Yeah, this is 1 Corinthians 15:39. Right, all flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds. There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial, but the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. Okay, so just basically going into the fact that you got different types of of flesh. You ain't no mermaids, no lizard people, whatever, what have you. Nah, right, that's going off. But then also what it helps Esau to achieve, right, is to basically, now you basically come out and bring out some information these characters will say, right? Then what will the people listening do? Oh, did you get it from that guy who believes in lizards? So do you believe in lizards? And people will laugh you to scorn. Right? It's a very powerful technique, right? But what did my man Bain say? Oh, theatricality and deception. Right? Powerful agents to the uninitiated. but we are initiated. That's it. Well, we're initiated. So, that's why the scriptures speak about walking circumspectly, right? And basically having an eye for basically what this man is doing. It says we are not ignorant of his devices, right? We can't be ignorant and can't be taken by these bits of witchcraft, and that's why we've got to pray, we've got to fast, so that we don't get taken by this man's this man's witchcraft, because it is strong, it is plenty. All right, so continuing on, it says, verse Psalm 64:3 says, "Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words." So this man and his philosophies, right, that he's pushing on the whole world, which is current pestilence, is one, and what do you call it? And the what do you call it? And what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, I just got a message from laptop. Got threw me off a little bit, Slakia. But yeah, let me carry on. Verse 4. It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not, right? It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter, right? At the commune of laying snares privily, they say, who shall see them, right? And all of these different all these different agendas, all of these different things that this man is pushing at the moment, they're all evil matters, right? They are snares, because what's their aim? To trap Jake, right? To trap you, right? And to make you ultimately sin against Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? Because he's creating a society, he's creating a system, right? He's planning something whereby you ain't going to be able to maneuver in society unless you have the MOTB, okay? And at the end of that is what? If you take that, what does the scripture say? You're going to be put to death, man. The Lord's going to destroy you. Right, it says they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. So they go into things, into people's minds, into people's psyche. Okay, you look at what is it? Sigmund Freud, Sigmund, and then last name Freud. Right, you look at his cousin, right, Edward Bernays, right. I think basically, I think from my history, from what I remember, basically he got he was into advertising, Edward Bernays, and he basically got women to smoke by a little simple phrase: "Don't let a man tell you can't smoke," right? And then what did that do? And that was that even the serpent all over again, right? Because this man understands people, he understands how to manipulate people. Okay, man, I forgot what was gonna load up. Yeah. This is Ezekiel 28:3, right? It says, "Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee," right? So the Lord basically made this devil, right, to be wise, to have great wisdom, right? And with that wisdom, what has he done? Well, it goes on to say, with that wisdom and with that understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches and has gotten gold and silver into thy treasures, right? So he's basically amassed this amount of wealth, and he's been able to sharpen his sword with the amount of wealth that he has attained. Right, so continuing on, it says they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Okay, so this man, he goes into things, man. This devil goes into things, right? But it's gonna come to all gonna come to naught, right? And all of these, these people that cause people to, all of these different sellouts, all of these different controlled oppositions, right? They go and have to, they go and be taken out anyway, right? Because you're an influential individual, right? And this is the thing: as soon as you have influence, then right now you're working for E, but as soon as E gets the vibe that you want to turn on him, guess what? He'll take you out, man. Or either take you out, put you to death or whatever, have you suicided, right? Or he'll just slander you, right? Finish you, man. Bring out some fake information, create some fake information on you, right? And have you removed that way. Have blackball you that way, right? Once again, not saying that you don't get good information, right, from this this guy and his guests, right? But it don't add up. Oh, another person as well that comes to mind is Russell Brand. Okay, Russell Brand. You see, and the thing is, the videos that that he will have on YouTube. You know, you're looking at the title like, right, why hasn't this video been deleted? Because you know, we know if we push videos of some of those titles, that video's gone. You know, but yeah, as always, Laws what I was edifying. Like I said, you know, just my opinion, right? But you know, not taking away from some of the information that comes off it, but that's what it is with everything in this world. You know, we filter everything by these scriptures, right? But yeah, as always, Laws what I was edifying. Till next time we say shalom.